The city of Palm Springs just announced a new public arts project called Pillars of Palm Springs. The creative project will showcase 6 art installations on the median of Tahquitz Canyon Way, running from the airport to Palm Canyon Drive. I spoke today with the chair of the city's Public Arts Commission, Gary Armstrong, about the project and why it's important. Gary, tell us about this new public art project.
This is a piece that we've been working on for about 2 years, and this started when we had a joint commission meeting, and then council member Dennis Wood said, "What are you planning on doing in the median of Tahquitz where the horses currently are?" We sort of brainstormed some ideas, and one of the things I've been thinking about personally is there's a lot of public art in Palm Springs, but it really doesn't gel. There's no cohesive message to the art that we have. And my background, my personal professional background is brand marketing. And I thought, well, let's come up with some artwork that really defines not only Palm Springs, but also the people that live in Palm Springs. And one of the things that I think we haven't done the best job at is articulating that Palm Springs is really this sort of cultural and creative incubator. And we wanted to come up with an idea that would bring together a lot of local artists and allow them to voice their perspective and their opinions and their craft on what represents Palm Springs to them. So we tossed around some ideas back and forth, and the one that came up with was the idea of pillars. What does Palm Springs represent? And then we thought, well, let's make figurative and literal pillars. So the idea was that we would come up with 6 words that we think define the Palm Springs crowd, the people that live here, the people that visit here, and the artists themselves. And the 6 of them are creativity and serenity, diversity, civility, community, and equality. And we felt that these 6 encompass everything that represents it. Now, then we did a call for artists, and this was unique for the Arts Commission. Generally, what's happened in the past is we would come up with an idea or an artist would approach the commission. But this one, we said, let's just put this out there and get as many variety of people to participate and send their ideas as possible. So there was a call for artists. We ended up getting a lot of submissions, the most we've ever had. And there were some international submissions. And the only requirement that we put in there was we gave a little bit of favoritism to local artists. We wanted them to be represented as well. And we were very pleased that 4 of the 6 artists are local from the greater Palm Springs area. And so we're quite pleased with them. We think that they represent the city. They're fresh, they're modern. And the best part of it is every one of them has a uniquely different style.
And this will be installed on World Art Day, correct, in April?
Yeah, we're shooting for installation of April 15th to 2024, which is World Art Day. And we think this will make a great flag in the ground for not only what Palm Springs is, but what we stand for culturally and creatively.
And how long will these pillars last?
These pieces of artwork are going to be part of our permanent collection. And what I say to people is the permanent collection doesn't always necessarily mean permanent location. So we've been moving some pieces around. So right now we're targeting these being there for at least 3 to 5 years, hopefully longer, but it doesn't mean that they won't move to another part of the city, but they will always be a part of our permanent collection.
Very nice. All right, Gary, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you, Peter.